Ron streams are high energy and entertaining, often featuring Fortnite gameplay, funny reactions, and interactive moments with fans. Known for his humor and loud personality, keeps his audience engaged with constant commentary and viral clips. I bet. That's Ron. I bet. This is about to be a good one, because Ron is funny.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%.
That's true.
Talk about raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is guaranteed.
When you go to work every day,
So
everyone's
you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree,
that's true.
it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
It's way easy.
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or whatever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with, though? But it doesn't
easier.
make. But
Well,
you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard?
Damn.
That's the thing. It's like,
Isn't that the hard truth of being a streamer? You have to work really, really hard to become one of the top, probably like 10%, at least 10%. To be in that 10% category, you have to work your ass off because it is not easy. You could stream for fucking 8+ years and you're not even making a damn dollar. It's so true.
what
Stuff
is
that
difficult?
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of.
Bro, who the fuck? Why?
Stuff
guy.
that you need
Difficult.
creativity. You need to get out of your circle, comfort zone.
Like-
You need to be able to actually make people.
Bro, why is this guy raising a flag right now? Ron is talking like very valid points right now. He wants to stop the talking, like, bro.
Believe what
it's
you
'cause
believe in the
he
sense
knows
of
that
like, oh, this is good content. Do
knows.
you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully, you could sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that, I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example,
Yeah.
is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity.
there's
Because some people
hard-
around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
When did
editor that I pay
when did Jason get a nickname?
who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours
perfectly.
that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me
Yeah,
out.
go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Damn. I think he just gave up. He couldn't take it on, man. He took the L.
What's your name?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's right. 9 to 5. I look good though. We good.
All right, so you guys were talking about the
Damn, just because the executive.
mental
Yup.
aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home.
A lazy space. Why you make that, bro?
But if I didn't, I would
He's
have
like,
to
"Damn."
cook for myself and get to bed in time
get
and
it.
wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
was about to
completely.
though.
About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has
Damn.
been there.
So
That's
going
Damn. Bro,
back
she
to what you
fucking
said, how you have a
smiled
support
after
system.
that.
I moved across the country from my parents at the age of
What?
19, lived alone in an
Bro,
apartment.
who is this guy, bro? What? You look back here. Oh, clap to that. Yeah, clap to a fucking story
was
that
paying a
he
certain
was gonna
amount of
kill
money
himself.
every single month.
Yeah,
and I was
no,
losing money. I
no,
wasn't
buddy.
making enough money to pay my
That's
like
idiot.
I had money in my bank for my rent.
Why would you clap
but
to
I
that?
wasn't making
It's
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's
What
like when you're
the fuck? These motherfuckers are fucking clapping because the girlfriend broke up with Ron? Bro.
for my rent,
Look at that.
but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every
I
month.
was in
Look
the
at
red
this
every
fucking
single month.
evil little granny
Girlfriend
right
broke up with me at the time, so
Double
alone
whammy.
across the country.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. They straight up haters, bro. This is what content creator streamers have to deal with. Just haters like that, man. And it's hard. It's hard. 9 to 5 jobs, yeah, you have haters too. You deal with your coworkers, angry customers on that. But you got a bunch of unknown, just like haters. And it's throughout the world, bro. Throughout the world. Because remember, you're alive. You're on stream. So anyone could watch you. So you could have millions of haters instead of just hundreds, which is probably just in your city.
So it's like when you're alone too, and everything's going down. Where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a
Yeah, I don't
question.
like
You
that either.
said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege? Before you
It's
go there?
privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of
Yeah.
people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
That's a
to
whole different
5s.
discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses,
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
but that's a
them.
whole different conversation. What does that do with the 9
Yeah,
to
it's a
5?
whole
because they
different
still need to
conversation.
survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to
opportunity-
LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a
Bro, Ron just literally just proved the point. Oh, because I have a mom. Oh, now I think you're privileged. Like, what? Doesn't make no
bundle
sense.
bed. So
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
Not gonna like. People could lose their jobs, man. Even a 9 to 5 like that, people could still lose their job. But it is more secure than having to be in an office than to be a streamer, because at least and as a nurse, that hospital runs money, gets lots of money, unless somehow the owner goes bankrupt and now he has to sell the place or whatever and let go people, because that happens a lot. But then again, it just depends on who's running the hospital, running the business over there. Maybe he's an a-hole who doesn't doesn't give back to his hospital, the people working here, because he just wants to spend all that money on stupid random shit. But it happens, because it happens. It has happened before, something like that. But not all jobs are secure. But I do think if you have a degree and you're in nursing and you're already done nursing, you are more secure than a streamer, because streamer has nothing once it's like zero flat, unless a sponsor or something. But that's like real, dude, guys. That's like 1 in a million chances. As a nurse, you just go apply to a different hospital, and they'll probably accept you. They'll probably see you, and they'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, you worked here before. I see you just got laid off. Yeah, we can work. Something out." But yeah, anyways, continue.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's say I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to school.
So were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
That was funny. All right, then now we're doing adapt. Original face right here.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe, how we doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful, because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs,
people could switch up,
and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel?
No, what he's saying is so stupid. But he did make it a point about where if you say something and then you might lose your job, that's also the same thing as content creation or anywhere. You can lose your job. Like anything you could say can really make a big consequence or a little one or none. Who knows? But people can switch up on the internet, and it's a lot easier than a coworker telling you, telling your boss about you. I think it is a lot easier because they could just boom, click one button, unfollow, unsubscribe, just stop watching. That's so much easier than telling your boss, because that's literally on like a one-on-one conversation, and then they have to talk to you about a one-on-one conversation, then they have to work it out and see what happens and this and that. Like, no, dude, no. It could go both ways.
Culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay.
and years and years
Okay.
and hours of
Okay.
trust
All right.
and communication
Sacrifice.
and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
Look,
that
the
you don't
things-
just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're like,
Come on, bro.
We have to-
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting.
You
I
were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quickscope.
I don't know if
So
that's
I had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
Oh, when I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like,
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the
exist,
first
if
place.
it didn't exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just
a,
talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on, then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I
Yeah,
also
I
had
have
to
a
spend
campus to
years
teach.
earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid
Riz.
to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
I'm Vicky, and my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
We don't know.
No, she doesn't know the streaming rule. That's crazy. And hey, makeup and hair artist sits on their butts too. Like, what the fuck?
Very different.
So wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all
Bet.
day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
breathing
Built a
in,
house.
you're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
She said you're breathing in toxic chemicals. Well, you wanted that job. You know you have to do that. So why are you doing it? If you're gonna breathe toxic chemicals and you make it sound bad.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your
physically
thing is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet. Listen. So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get fat.
Your whole
It's not-
thing
it's
is
not a
we
podcast.
can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No,
physical.
but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a
Anyone-
crane shot. You can't 1080.
Yeah.
You can't hold a controller
Talk to
and
him.
make a 200K montage.
Talk
You
to
can't.
him, man.
No one can.
Damn.
None of you could.
But you
none
can
of
carry
you-
some, just
none of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You
yes.
taking them 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is
Yes,
never
I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No,
all of the
wait,
things
wait.
that you
Stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry
You have to-
streaks. You don't know about hit
you have to
markers.
edit.
But when you're done, you're
You don't know
done.
about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I
Elgato.
sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked.
You have
Your
to-
main underlying argument here is
That's funny.
what
as
you
fuck,
do
bro.
is
That's be
physically
perfect.
Daily, day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is What you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot.
Dangerous.
You could never. I would go as
Hair
far as
toxic.
I
You signed up for that.
How many hours a day do you trick shot?
don't think
How many hours
guys
a
good.
day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones.
fast.
Talk about dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drift.
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could
Yeah.
rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
Wait,
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
Yeah.
I've
It's
got
happened.
a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
crackhead ran up to him on stream and
almost died.
almost
Because
decapitated
he quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
Yeah.
Did he just say Kappa quartered his thoughts? I wonder.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children. I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that, you know, because it's who you are that we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers and we interact and have energy with people where I don't think that you guys have that.
Oh.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me. Come
There's
on.
millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every
Yes.
day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out and to the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
okay. Now
What kind of shit's going on?
go to the club. You get to put some shades on and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that your
drunk,
choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
stream. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9-to-5, you're dealing with people.
Suki's right because people have gotten drunk on stream before and it did not end well, bro. It actually made a lot, like some of it. Well, actually, there was one stream. I'm not gonna say it, but he got drunk and almost I think he like fell or something. But it kind of ruined like a small owner of business's a shop. I think it broke glass. I'm not sure what it is, but it was just bad. It just ended up bad, and a lot of people were saying a lot of stuff like that was disrespectful and all that. But anyways,
You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people too.
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I
any
think,
entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course, I watch.
So do
entertainment.
you ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course, I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make
real.
you feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained and
on
been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a
fake.
banger right now.
Some of it is
You
fake.
see, you're not in.
man, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, some of it is fake, but shit, being live on the camera, just doing shit like that, sometimes that shit makes it feel real and it touches people. So, I don't know what this lady's talking about, but yeah, content creators sometimes make you feel a certain type of way.
Answering
So
that.
now let me.
Okay, well, let me answer your because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right, come on. Let's
So
get-
when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hand
single
shaking. Their
day.
hand shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had people
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life.
All these kids growing up like, oh my God, I love your video.
So
Okay.
Yeah. See? She just said, okay. Made her mistake.
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so
easy.
rude,
Because
honestly.
she works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You won't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got taxed.
Damn.
I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that
That's
when I
crazy,
retire,
man.
I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20
Okay.
minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But,
Your is easier.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
That was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to. hear
No,
this.
listen. Listen to the time that I wake up.
Great. The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small.
I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands
Oh
of
my
people.
God.
I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No,
Let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He's got Chanel
I
earrings
never-
like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
you know.
this, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit off your face. Cool.
Silky got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can.
All right,
just
he's on
throw
the
something
phone,
around.
bro. This guy,
no
bro.
money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I got to do something for stream. My mind is
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
You
today.
already did
I did my work today.
He took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
What?
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but
No.
do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No,
himself?
I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here! He has no social cues.
all right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Why is she laughing, bro?
I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
No cap. Superhero, no cap. Superhero, no cape. No cap. Jason's turn.
How you doing?
I'm
Why
good.
aren't
How
things
you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
I think dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again,
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. A 9 to 5 person.
No
maybe
cap.
one,
But
two, three.
okay, and then back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is
that's my point. That's my point.
streaming is harder
Was
than 9
that
to 5. That's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He
Yeah.
ran up a
I
bag.
ain't gonna lie,
You did it for a bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
Something that I
Future
love.
freak.
something that I'm passionate about and motion? I pick motion.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5, that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes,
Because why?
because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I started.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah.
Have you ever
Damn.
watched a show and you stopped watching it? Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
it's the same thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That
Yeah.
TV show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no. I'm
Yes.
saying
Baby,
if
stop.
thousands of you
Honey,
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
Yeah.
It's
no
gone.
cap.
Stop. Would you
It's
come up
gone.
with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
Damn.
Nice to meet you.
I'm
Where's
professional
Lacey?
model. But
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was,
like
just,
you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So
no,
many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Okay.
Can I just
Yeah.
why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I was
camera.
16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life? Like, what should I study? What should I like? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours
Yeah, no,
That's what we do too. We go to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think, people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of
true.
luck.
He said, how many
You gotta
people
have
of
some
us
sort of
could
luck
do
to
this?
get a
No,
job
it's not.
now.
It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are
Yeah.
you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
four.
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me get my
He's
statistics.
he's like
There was
top
over
1%
300,000
for
people
sure.
that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
Top 12, bro.
telling
Top
me-
So
12.
that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's pure
1%.
skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James
it's
lucky?
true.
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
work.
talent. They
work.
have
They
a
work.
talent.
They had a
but
team.
as,
So what
you
he
know how
did-
many talented people
talented,
out there and don't get the
but they-
chance?
they
don't
work,
get
though.
the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he
Yeah.
did to
I
get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off
Some
the
of
strength
it
of
is
me.
luck,
There was no one who
but
gave me
also
a shot.
you have
or
to put
anything
yourself
like that. I
out there. If
simply
you're not
was-
putting yourself out there, then you're not gonna.
You did that?
You know.
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
I can't
No.
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it, stand on
if
it.
that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again,
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many
Exactly.
even
Exactly
talented
in
actors
streaming.
here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took
Yeah.
me 8 years to make it a career.
Yeah.
Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly. That's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and
couldn't
do
do
what
it.
I do.
You couldn't do
That's
it.
a skill.
Your son couldn't
Some-
do it.
some
Your
people-
grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't-
son's grandkids could never do it.
Anything,
They could
Oh
never
my
do it.
anything that
God.
takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours
can't.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger. Dude.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think
enough
it? Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something,
maybe.
it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like.
You don't think you don't think it's talent?
Ah,
You're
this
just
old
too
granny
old
needs
to
to shut
understand.
up.
That's
Yeah, she is way too old, bro.
because
There's a word.
She just,
could never play
she
FMCS
think it's just
either.
like
I gotta give it a
Tetris
buck,
or
there's a
something. She
disconnect.
think it's just all
A
fun.
generation where
Shit.
this didn't exist.
She
This
think it
career-
like tic-tac-toe
you
or
looked at this
something.
career
I don't
and
know.
You laughed.
Whatever old game. She
Now,
think it's just
how
like
come in
chess, bro.
colleges, they're
It's like, no,
teaching
it's not.
courses
It's not
on
that, bro.
Content creation and esports.
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist, so no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because
Yeah.
you're from a completely different generation. You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh.
and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like
And that's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
No
fight
cap.
back. You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
She's just very close-minded.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past,
My name's Ronnie.
you were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking
We
it back
fall
to.
off.
That's
Yeah.
being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every
lose
dollar.
everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
fall off is
Okay,
being
and then
laid
you can
off.
rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent-
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
job.
that's it's
Oh,
it's
and-
kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
I know, but if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my
I uploaded
resume.
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did
It's
you
just-
wait?
it's-
You
it's-
uploaded
it's-
7 videos and,
And,
didn't
and
get any views
went to school, and still.
and paid rent.
Yes, I still worked. I worked
Oh, so that you had another job.
as a parking attendant. Yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good
Bro
at your
was just
job.
chilling, bro.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
guy.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
sorry,
but people
my next.
millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
That they have their opposable thumbs like so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah,
Like,
what? I'm
what?
saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if this is
That's crazy how she like defines like gaming and art. It's like she's comparing the two when they're different. But I know what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that if you're gifted like Mozart where you could just draw. I don't think Mozart ever started to draw just like that. I think it took him years to make him a better artist. Just like how these gamers just, maybe some are faster learners, and understand it more and they want to grind and be better, but they have to put the hours in. It can't just be just like that, obviously. But some people are just like, yeah, I get good at this game, and then they're just faster learning. They just get better at it, way better than any other gamer. You know what I mean? So some are gifted.
skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
couldn't
couldn't.
win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't.
You wouldn't even-
You couldn't. You couldn't.
You wouldn't
couldn't.
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does.
He's that OBS stream key.
I'm not dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you
how
can
do you
own and
how do you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not on a professional level, though.
No, not a professional level.
No. Why should you say Mario Kart, bro? Those games are just for fun. Those aren't the esport games. Those aren't the games where you had to go against tons of people every single day trying to be better and this and that, trying to survive, this and that. Like you only have one life. Mario Kart, you could just run it up again and be like, all right, I'm back in. You know what I'm saying? And there's like so many, bro, what the heck is he saying, bro?
Because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder? How do you know?
What
how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
so
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work,
It's
editing
hours.
and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had
you
to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short launch
terms
pad?
from
When you're
my
trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No,
launch
I
it?
don't. But if I
Exactly, you
want
couldn't.
Bro, there's a lot to it in Fortnite, bro. You gotta calculate the time of the zone, your distance. Not a lot of people think about that, but if you're playing freshly, you gotta think about that.
But Excel sheet, we could do Excel sheet.
No, but exactly.
They're just talking. They're just talking game.
These
and
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on race.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's
No.
let's pay for her whatever it is. Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No. That's not how the job works. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this era. And technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are.
Yeah.
But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So
My mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.